Hi, I'm Joel Abasap Menu, an associate of the Society of Actuaries. In appreciation of all the efforts from volunteers, the SOA has taken the opportunity to feature volunteers whose time and expertise has helped shape the profession and the communities around them. Please welcome SOA volunteer Ben Slutsker. Hi, Ben. When did you start volunteering for the SOA?
Yeah, thanks, Joel. So I started volunteering at the SOA about 5 years ago. I joined the Individual Life and Annuity FSA Exam Curriculum Committee. And the objective of the committee is to set materials, learning objectives, and syllabi for the Life and Annuity FSA exams. I just really enjoyed meeting the other volunteers a lot and that experience. And it really led me to seek other SOA volunteer opportunities, as well as writing articles for some of the SOA sections, as well as presenting at some of the symposiums. I also continued to volunteer on that curriculum committee as time went on, and I actually now serve as chairperson for it. So it's been a really rewarding experience, and I really enjoyed it.
It's great. Was there anything in particular that prompted your decision to volunteer?
Yeah, so I was asked by a colleague who was on the Life and Annuity Exam Curriculum Committee at that time to join. And in particular, I was working a lot in life insurance valuation regulatory changes at work. And someone who was a subject matter expert on that topic on the committee actually was rolling off. So my colleague who was on the committee asked if I would be willing to join and provide more expertise in that area. So I thought about it and wasn't sure about the time commitment, and I'm so glad I said yes. I've been really satisfied just meeting everybody on the committee there, and just being able to offer support in an aspect of the profession where I have more of that technical knowledge or industry expertise.
That's awesome. Was there an SOA volunteer who inspired you? And if there is, how did that person make a difference in your life?
Yeah, so one person in particular, his name is Derek Sack. He inspired me. He was actually the chair of that committee I was just talking about when I first joined, along with a few others that were on the curriculum committee at that time, who were these really experienced actuaries that just seemed really enthusiastic and passionate about setting materials and really just kind of more broadly determining what should new FSAs know as they become actuaries in the future. What do we think are the relevant topics, and how do we want to shape the profession? And I found those discussions to be really infectious. And it sort of inspired me to participate a lot. And we had a lot of fun and colorful conversations on these different actuarial topics and materials to add to the exam. So people like Dirk, who are just genuinely interested in the actual profession, and really more broadly, just interested in learning, I guess, really kind of, lit a fire in me to try and exhibit the same characteristics and have the same zeal for volunteering.
Was there an instance when you knew you were making a difference, like an aha moment?
Yeah, so a few years ago, I was in an SOA working group whose objective was to address common principle-based reserving questions for life insurance policies issued under accelerated underwriting. And so it was kind of these frequently asked questions, and I helped provide common responses to them and create some flowcharts to sort of demonstrate those responses. And ultimately, I attended the Life Actuarial Task Force meeting at the NAIC, or National Association of Insurance Commissioners. And they sort of showed these responses to this frequently asked question project, and ended up putting it up on their website. And I think just kind of going from A to Z, having these ideas and putting in time and effort is one thing, but it's really satisfying to see sort of the output of that work get into something that's actually tangible. And that's when I kind of felt, okay, a lot of this work is actually producing some sort of impact or some sort of output.
So was there any additional feeling, upon that realization? How did that realization make you feel?
Yeah, so I mean, seeing what I worked on, being presented at a public meeting, sort of to help practicing actuaries, it did feel like it was nice to see something tangible, but also something that was potentially helpful to a broad audience in the profession. It felt like I was doing something to help advance or at least support the actual profession in an area where I could offer some sort of knowledge.
Thanks. How does being an actuary and volunteering your time make an impact on others?
Yeah, I think volunteering allows an actuary, or at least allows me, to see outside the walls, where I work and what the landscape of the profession and the industry looks like. I think it helps actuaries develop a broader sense as to where to advance the actual profession, which areas can be further addressed,
Mhm.
and to help, just stay sound and relevant for years to come as a profession.
Okay. And how does being an actuary and volunteering make an impact on society itself?
Yeah, so a lot of my volunteer activities focus on reserving and capital topics, which deal a lot with solvency risk. And unlike parts of the profession that maybe deal a little bit more with consumer facing issues, such as in life insurance, illustrations and market conduct, I feel like sometimes there's less representation for the consumer on back end topics such as solvency and reserving. And these topics are really relevant to consumers, especially with regards to making sure that there's sufficient assets to fund, their claim payouts when they want to collect them potentially decades down the road, for both them and their families. And that's, especially the case for life insurance and annuities, which are long-term duration products. So volunteering and serving as an actuary makes me feel not only as an advocate kind of for financial soundness in appropriately assessing future risks and liabilities, but also ensuring that there's enough money available on a rainy day to help a policyholder and their family get through a tough time.
Right. Um, Final question. What would you say to someone who's considering volunteering?
Yeah, I mean, if you're out there and you have a particular area in which you know your craft or have subject matter expertise,
Mhm.
as well as if you just kind of have passion about learning for more about the profession, you should really consider volunteering, and being able to help that area. It's been incredible for networking. It's been really eye opening and great in just in terms of learning from others and what other people are seeing and thinking about in the industry. And most importantly, it's made me feel at least as though I could ingrain myself as part of a community, as the Society of Actuaries in the profession. And the Society of Actuaries does a great job sort of fostering this community where you can connect to different people in different areas, with maybe kind of the single connection of just being the work that you do. So it's a great way to meet different people and to learn a lot more.
Well, Ben, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. Thank you, and join us again next time.
All right, thanks.